Jai Shriman Narayan.
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 I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagadguru Sudarshan Acharya Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 Alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Sriman Narayan. I welcome all of you here at the Sri Narayan Dham. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally and internationally, and I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequently. We continue on our topic, the soul, and today I want to get into current news, both relating to South Africa and to America. And I want to bring this news into its spiritual perspective. So, you would have learnt in the news that President Trump signed an executive order. Yes?
Yes.
And he has given the Afrikaner community asylum. You heard that? Yeah, so there are rules for asylum. Generally, what do you think the rules are?
Your life must be in danger.
You must be kicked out of your country, your life must be in danger. And don't you think it is ironic that the very people who is getting asylum are people that are continuously committing a crime in South Africa?
Yes.
These are the people that have kicked black people. These are the people that have taken land from black people. In fact, they should be creating a space for 50 million black asylum seekers in South Africa, don't you think? Who has been dispossessed of the land? Who are suffering every day? Who is unemployed? But look at President Trump, what he is saying. Those who are committing atrocities, the Afrikaners, they are in big business here in South Africa, aren't they?
Yes.
They are running the farms, aren't they?
Yes.
But look at the irony. Look at the irony. But this is only a smoke screen. You know what's a smoke screen, Nirali? This is only a smoke screen. The real problem with Trump and South Africa is that we took Israel to the international court. And Israel is an ally of America. So he can't say it directly. He can't attack South Africa directly. But more bigger than that is that South Africa is part of BRICS. And BRICS is in direct opposition of United States, the dollar. So the CIA have enough intelligence here in South Africa. The CIA, they know what time Dana left home to come to the ashram and what time Dana will be going back. You think they don't know that that act that was passed by Parliament is another smoke screen by our sold out Ramaphosa. Ramaphosa is a black Trump. Ramaphosa is the black Trump. So the smoke screen for the expropriation of the land without payment was created by Ramaphosa so that he can continue to exploit the vote banks in South Africa. That's the only reason. So in the next municipal elections, the uneducated black voter will think that the expropriation bill is for them to get land. There is no such thing. If you read the bill, the status quo remains with or without the bill. So Trump is a manifestation of Kali, not Mother Kali, the dark spirit. And if you can't see it through Trump, you can't understand me, then look at Ramaphosa. You can interface Ramaphosa and Trump. So if you think how the Guru is saying he's the dark spirit, but he's so fair, then it is easier for you just to look at Rama Trump and Trumposa. No difference. Rama Trump and Trump Posa, no difference. Yes? So we need to get, this is Sanatan Dharma. This is Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma has all the answers. What Trump is doing now, Sanatan Dharma has an answer. What Trump did throughout his life, Sanatan Dharma has an answer. What Ramaphosa did all his life, Sanatan Dharma has the answer. And I saw on one clip, I don't know if you all saw, they do this prayer. It is a custom of black people or African spirituality to do a praise singing. And in the praise singing, I heard the praise singer, in between the singing, I don't know what language it was, Kosa, but the English word cupcake was in the praise singing. I don't know if anyone else saw it.
Yes.
You all saw it? Alright, so while she was singing, she said, cupcake. Baby, you know cupcake.
Cream of fish.
You know, let me use, Jessica, the word West Ham. West Ham Specials bakery, they sell cupcake, what? Okay. Okay, so Sanatan Dharma has every answer. Even cupcake is in Sanatan. And West Ham Special is there too. Ravana. The Lord of Ravana. So, to bring this discourse into its perspective, we should be giving bona fide gurus around the world, should be updating the world on the current status quo of the world, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
Because what is the job of a guru? What is the job of a guru? The job of a guru is to keep the world abreast of everything. Of everything. The job of a guru is not to sit in one next to a fire and do a howl. That's not the job of a guru. The guru must have intellectual capacity to answer any question that is involved with the workings of the world. Any question. That is the job of a guru. those gurus making Om Swa, Om Swa, Om Swa, they can give you answers relating to fire. And here we are gone beyond fire. We need to know the dynamics of our country. We need to know and we need to understand. And all these leaders in the world, 75% of the world leaders are crooks. They are crooks. But as Prince will tell you, Guru can't use the word crooks without a reference. Prince only knows reference. And that's why I said he can't claim to be a prince because he has no land. He can only be a prince of a land. Even 10 by 10 prince, meter square, you can be the king, queen and everything of that piece of land. So we need references, and I'm going to give you a reference quickly. I don't have my glasses, I'm going to try and see if I can read. So this is a Srimad Bhagavatam, spoken at creation 155 trillion years ago. When? This is the Srimad Bhagavatam spoken at creation and stored on cloud. You know cloud? You know cloud? Stored on spiritual cloud. Now the Guru is downloading. Guru is, every bona fide Guru must have capacity to download. Every bona fide Guru must have capacity to download. And we have people here who are here. We have people here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham who are inside. Yeah, we have people in the world, we have people in the countries, we have presidents who are here. So I'm going to read quickly Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 12, Chapter 3, Text 32. Cities will be dominated by the thieves. The Vedas will be contaminated by speculative interpretations of atheists. Political leaders will virtually consume the citizens, and the so-called priests and intellectuals will be devotees of their bellies and their genitals. Where it is? At creation. This is at creation 155 trillion years ago. The Vedas described today. Are we describing today? The brahmacharis will fail to execute the vows and become generally unclean. The household will become beggars. Varnaprasthas will live in the villages, and the sannyasis will become greedy for wealth. And the sannyasis will become greedy for wealth. You saw in 1979, one sannyasi went round the world, 108 temples, very wealthy temple. There's a year. This is why I'm disputing their credentials. It's here. Prince, I have a reference. Can we tackle them? Thank you. Prince loved references. He came here from the back to the front. Next way, he'll come here next to the Guru. Servants will abandon a master who has lost his wealth, even if that master is a saintly person of exemplary character. Yes? Masters will abandon an incapacitated servant even if that servant has been in the family for generations. Cows will be abandoned or killed when they stop giving milk. Is it happening today?
Yes.
2021, February? Around the world, is it happening?
Yes.
Not happening, Satish? Satish is confused. That is cows, real cows, not other cows. Alright, Satish is. And Jessica laughs, so you can join the dot which cows we're talking about. And which cows Satish is thinking about. And I like this next verse. Let's see how many men put their hands up and say, I'm guilty. In Kali Yuga, men will be wretched and controlled by women. I can't see any hands up. They will reject their fathers, brothers, other relatives and friends and will instead associate with the sisters and brothers of the wife. Can't see no hands up.
I have two hands up.
Thus their conception of friendship will be based exclusively on sexual ties. Person, why are you looking sad? You think we won't catch you out? Text 38. Uncultured men will accept charity on behalf of the Lord and will earn their livelihoods by making a show of austerity and wearing a mendicant's dress. Those who know nothing about religion will mount a high seat and presume to speak on religious principles. Should I mention any names, current names? Starts with a V. The other guru is late. Huh?
The one with the S is gone.
One with the
S is gone.
the S is gone. Yeah. Happy clappers, mad dancing. I just saw yesterday that dancing, you know. And I used to be a dancer. I went to many clubs in my life. Kayam, Patover, Himalaya, Aquarius. There were so many clubs in Queen Street, just forgetting names.
One chance.
Hmm?
One chance.
It's even before Guru's time.
No, that's before my time. But somehow the truth come out of it. When you go home, you can interrogate. But just standing on one spot and dance and hopping mad, that is mad. Dancing boy is graceful, isn't it? To dance is grateful, you enjoy, there is a certain spirituality. But if you stand there and hop in madness, is that dancing? Or is that an insane frenzy? Okay, let me carry on. Jessica is shocked. Her entire life is in the Vedas. Okay, I want to stop here. We'll continue next week. So I want to elaborate on all what I have stated. I said Trump is in the Vedas, Ramaphosa is in the Vedas, Narendra Modi is in the Vedas, all the Islamic leaders are in the Vedas, all the Christian leaders are in the Vedas. Everything is in the Vedas. If it's not in the Vedas, it's not in this universe. So, Lord Krishna was on this planet 5,000 years ago. Yes? And the second he left, It's okay, wasn't? And the second he left Kali, not Mother Kali, Kali, the essence of unrighteousness, entered the atmosphere. Kali, the essence of unrighteousness, entered the atmosphere. So I've stated previously that there are 4 seasons in creation: Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, and Kali Yuga. In Satyug we have 100% goodness, Treta Yuga 75% goodness, Dwapara Yuga 50% goodness, and in Kali Yuga 25%. So there was a king, his name was King Pariksit, Piriksit, and he witnessed another king taking a wooden club and breaking 4 legs of a bull. 3 legs of a bull. And when he intervened, then the king took out his dress and showed he was an ordinary man called Kali, and the cow or the bull was standing on 1 leg. There are 4 legs of Dharma, and that 1 leg that is still standing today, that 1 leg personified by truth. By truth. Other 3 legs of Dharma have been broken along the seasons. 4 legs in Satyug, 3 legs in Treta Yuga, 2 legs in Dwapara Yuga, and 1 leg in Kali Yuga. This is now Kali Yuga. So the essence of Kali Yuga, the personification of Kali Yuga is Kali. So he asked the prince, sorry, I'm looking at prince. He asked the king for a place to live in King Pariksit's kingdom. And King Pariksit's kingdom was this entire planet Earth. Entire planet Earth, he was the emperor. So initially the king refused, but ultimately he submitted. He said, you can stay where there's gambling, where there's brothels and prostitutes, where there's gold, and where there's intoxication. Where you can stay? Where there's gambling, where there's brothels and prostitution, where there's gold, where there's intoxication, and in slaughterhouses. 5 places where Kali, the essence of unrighteousness, lives. Is it scientific? In science you need evidence. Is gambling righteousness? Is brothels righteousness? When I said gold, I meant illicit gold. I meant illicit gold. And I want to show you how gold has become illicit. evidentially. So all these 5 things live nearby, doesn't it? If there's a gold mine there, then there's shebeens and drug houses near gold mines, because the labor that dig out the gold live there, yes? And there's gambling there, they take the money and they gamble. And there's huge meat houses there, slaughtering houses, and gold comes out. Is it evidential? Can you see it? Prince, can you reference what I'm saying? Can you reference what the Srimad Bhagavad is saying, although it's a reference itself? Can we tangibly connect the Srimad Bhagavatam in all what I read and what I said now of King Pariksit and what I said of Kali, the essence of Kali? Can you see it there? So what was the king wearing? What does the king wear on the head all the time? Prince, not your crown, that's made of leather. Kings of those days would wear crown of? I think Prince is in the game, smiling, he's awake now. Gold crown. And I'm telling you, Sanatan Dharma is absolute science. So when he gave Kali and a boat to sit in gold, where was the nearest gold? On his head. So Kali went and took residence on the king's head. And when the devil sits on your head, Ashmika, what happens? Only dad is here, you can talk. Mom is not here. Father is happy. In the summer of his life, he's hearing absolute truth. Now he'll know, hey, oh, that was wrong with us, Mika. So, King Pariksit was a saintly man, disciplined, all the spiritual protocols, everything was followed by him. So he went to see a saint in his hermitage that was meditating. That was meditating. And if you see me meditating, Smita, will you get me up from my meditation? What is your job? To wait until I finish meditate, then tell me you go in hospital next week, you don't want that operation. You can't come and shake me up. Alright? So what King Pariksit did, because Kali, the essence of unrighteousness, had now sitting on gold on his head, he made King Pariksit pick a dead snake and throw it on the saint. Something he would have never done. I want you to understand now. Here's a righteous man all his life. And as soon as Kali sat on his head, what happened? He assaulted a saint. Throwing a dead snake on a saint, is it not assault? Huh? He assaulted a saint. And when the saint's son came to know of this, he cursed that King Pariksit must die within 7 days bitten by a snake. And in that 7 days, King Pariksit called all the saints and sages, and that is how the Srimad Bhagavatam was born. The birth of the Srimad Bhagavatam is through this gathering where all the saints and sages 24/7 related stories to King Pariksit. He wanted to know everything before he dies in that 7 days. And after the Srimad Bhagavatam was spoken, then the snake bit him and he died within 7 days. So that is a background I'm giving you in Kali Yuga. Background of Kali Yuga. You can be the most devoted person, you can be highly disciplined, you can have all the right disciplines. If you open your door to Kali, if he could enter the consciousness of one of the greatest emperors on earth, how fast he can enter you, Prince? Don't delay my book and tell me Kali entered. Prince, don't use Kali as an excuse. The book must be finished by Friday. Alright? Prince will wait for. Yeah, then he'll reference this part. Prince, when you say Kali disturbed you, and what you'll do? Reference it to this discourse. So I got no claim. You understand? So now let's look at the world. Let us look at the world. How many of you know of Narendra Modi? Most of you? You all heard the name? Do you know where India was up until the time Narendra Modi became Prime Minister? It was exactly like South Africa. Even worse. Crooks were running the country. And there's one man that gave birth to both the political organizations. One Indian man, you know him? Gandhi gave birth to the Indian Congress, and he gave birth to the African Indian National Congress and African National Congress. And if he was that great saint, the real Mahatma, 2 countries wouldn't be in darkness. Yes? You all understand? Only when a righteous Prime Minister who put spirituality first, did India come from the dark ages. It is now one of the most powerful countries in the world. One of the most powerful countries in the world. Geopolitically, it stands in such a position that nobody can dictate to India. And whilst I'm talking about Narendra Modi, Trump sent Indians back to India in fighter planes, and they were shackled in chains in the 21st century. You think that was a right thing to do? You know why he did that? Because India is in BRICS. India is in BRICS. So look at Narendra Modi. I want you all to Google him and go see how India has transformed. From the time, this is his 3rd Prime Ministership. He's taken India 180 degrees. Please, when you describe something from one end to another end, don't say that person did a 360 degree turn, Nirali, because that means you went back to starting point. Where 360 degrees take you? Back to where you started. Don't ever use, I notice many people use the terminology, hey, Jessica did a 360 degree turn. It means you went nowhere. 180 degree turn. That means you were there and now you are there. Alright? So Narendra Modi infrastructure in every aspect, because he is a disciple of his Guru. Who is? He is a disciple of his Guru. And because he is a spiritual leader and a prime minister together, look where he took India. And that is a practical example for Prince. It's a reference. Go check the previous, all these Gandhis. All these Gandhis, and check Narendra Modi, what he did in 3 terms. And then look at the Gandhi rule from since inception. And this is why I motivated spirituality in politics. Prince, you can add that as a chapter, don't you think? Yeah, you can add it as a chapter. Because the professor, our date has expired for submission. So now we can make that book as big as, and professor's hand went like this. He wants a big book. Alright? So Prince, you can add this chapter. Where it is proof, tangible proof in the world today. Anyone can Google India before Modi, India would Modi. Yes, anyone can Google that? You can do a comparison. You can do a comparison. So, is the Srimad Bhagavatam correct? Are crooks running the world?
Yes.
Are crooks running the cities?
Yes.
Can you see how perfect God's knowledge is? It has to be, is it not? So this is the reason that the ashram many years ago got involved in changing the consciousness, both politically and spiritually. Yes? We started a long time. Many devotees left this organization as soon as they saw we went political. Because they came here for the Om Swaha. Do you know what a big impression we made in this country, Nirali? Prince? Where's that letter? Is it somewhere near? You can want to read Professor Mucheka's. Just want to read a few sentences. Hard copy, is it somewhere near? Nirali, do you know what a big step the Sri Narayan Dham took in the consciousness, political consciousness of this country and spiritual consciousness? And spiritual consciousness of this country, both. And we started in 2021, and I made a declaration in 2021 that we are going to change both the political consciousness and the You think the progress of the ashram should be, or you should be informed of the progress of the ashram timelessly?
Yes.
You think it's right, or you think Guru got ego? Hmm? How many of you think Lord Krishna got ego? How many of you think Lord Krishna got ego? In the Bhagavad Gita, does he describe himself in the Bhagavad Gita? Does he describe himself as in the Bhagavad Gita? Comprehensively. Who is Lord Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita when it comes to knowledge? And who is Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita when it comes to knowledge? Guru-disciple relationship. So Lord Krishna is the Guru, Arjuna is a disciple, Lord Shri Krishna informs his disciple of who he really is and what's to be done and what's not to be done. So you think I have a right as a Guru? Following the example of God. Following of God, because he described, the Supreme Lord described everything about it. Did he not? He showed Arjuna who he is. Did he not?
Yes.
So by me showing you the work of the ashram, is it necessary or not necessary? Because I'm following the reference. We'll always be using the word reference because it makes logical sense. For everything the Guru do, there must be a reference. Guru can't come sit here, open his big mouth and just tell Nirali what he wants to tell her. Whatever he tells Nirali, he must be able to prove. Nirali must say, prove it, Guru. I'll say, come in the kutir, bring 6 or 7 books. Nirali is not one small book. Bring 6 or 7 books from the ashram and I'll open and I'll show it to Nirali. Is it the right way? In all religions supposed to be like this, don't you think? Pastor, Molana, Rabbi, everyone should be teaching with reference. If you opening your mouth and blabbing, there's no reference, don't go back to that service. Don't go back to that service. Everything must be reference. So here, this is Professor Mocheka. When we met him in 2023, he was working in the office of the presidency. Working in the office of the which party? ANC. Alright, when I met Professor Mocheka in 2023, he came 3 times to the ashram. You all remember? He came on the 26th of May 2023, he came on the 3rd of October 2023, and he came on the 4th of November 2023 when we did that Palestine march. So he met me 3 times. This is his recommendation to the university. What I'm reading you is his recommendation to University UK, ZN, in terms of his relationship to me. So this man has been 30 years he's been involved with interfaith. Let's see if in my reading I can bring you to that point. But I just want you to hear what he says about the Guru. During 2000s, when I facilitated the establishment of the national interfaith movement proposed by Nelson Mandela. So Nelson Mandela in the year 2000 proposed a interfaith movement. When he met me in 2023 now, how long that is? 23 years later, he writes, and I'm quoting, I drew my inspiration from Guru in Durban and participated in the religious services in his temple to gain more insight of his teachings. He also offered me the opportunity to expound Karaism, the religion of light based in the Book of Light, which was derogatively renamed the Ethiopian or Egyptian Book of the Dead to disparage their own spiritual roots. My interaction with Guru liberated my spiritual and cultural consciousness and enabled me to discuss my efforts to establish a truly national interfaith movement in South Africa. This is Professor Mocheka, and he is saying that the Guru liberated his consciousness. He's been in this movement for 30 years. After 30 years of meeting the Guru liberated his consciousness, his spiritual consciousness. Guru agreed to convene interfaith meetings at his temple to discuss the establishment of KwaZulu-Natal chapter of South African Interfaith Council. My collaboration with Guru helped the ANC Commission for Religious Affairs to build a strong foundation for the KZN chapter of the South African Interfaith Council. Are you hearing? This ashram helped to build the South African Interfaith Council's status quo in the ANC government. Is he saying that? Guru's contribution helped the ANC Commission for Religious Affairs to build a strong South African Interfaith Council that has won international recognition. I want to read this again. Guru's contribution helped the ANC Commission for Religious Affairs to build a strong South African Interfaith Council that has won international recognition. Have you heard the second time, or must I carry on reading? Vasan, you heard? What he said, Vasan?
Without you, you open his gate. So, and now you are going to be part of the.
No, Vasan.
Open the doors to international.
That is, give him 1 cup of dole. Segi is there, Nadine, next to you. Ask him about Vasan's dal curry. Segi, later after satsang, you will have to come here and do a confession on your cousin. Alright? What is he saying? He's saying the ashram gave the ANC government its international interfaith status. What he said? The Sri Narayan Dham gave the government of the African National Congress its international status on interfaith. This ashram. Who's saying this? Professor Mocheka, and he's the head of spirituality in the ANC government. Do you understand? So the government, who now has an international interfaith status, has used the evidence, videos and photographs of our interfaith programs that we held here at the Sri Narayan Dham. And the ANC took that evidence and gave it to an international body to recognize it as an ANC government involved in interfaith. And did I tell you all not? Did I tell you all in 2021 that I'm going to enter the government? Yes. Is there a discourse in 2021 that states I'm going to change the spiritual consciousness of South Africa and the political consciousness of South Africa. Did we accomplish it?
Yes.
In my capacity as Executive Chairperson of South African Interfaith Council, I have been appointed by the President of the G20 Interfaith Forum, Dr. C. Durham, as a member of the local organizing committee of G20 Interfaith Forum. From 17 to 19, the local organizing committee will host a G20 Interfaith constitutive meeting at the University of Pretoria. Guru is invited to participate in this meetings. What does that tell you? Where is the ashram gone now? Did I not say that our interfaith will go international? In my discourses that are references, did I not say the interfaith of the Sri Narayan Dham will go international? By participating in the G20, is the Sri Narayan Dham not already international? You see the work that we have been doing. I only started this organization in 2013. Now it's 2025. We're already international. And not emotionally international, not religiously international. We're not international as per religion. We are academically international. Spiritually, academically, international. All my life's work has been condensed into a book. This book has been endorsed by the university. He said we can call it an anthropology or a biography. The book only had a few mistakes, and the mistakes were Prince's title on each chapter was too long. The title was too long. That is all. And this book is going to go for international reviewing. It's going to India. One saint is going to review it in India. One religious personality is going to review it in Cameroon. And 2 people going to review this book in South Africa. All intellectuals going to review this book. Not going to go to some Swami in a cave to say, Om, 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 Swa, and give this book back. He's going to go through every line. He's going to go through every reference. And he's going to critique this book. Okay? So you think I have a right to discuss this myself? Because if I tell Nirali, go on your Facebook and write a big story about your guru, you think she got the time in between a makeup, going to work, coming back from work, fighting with her mother, then fighting with her father, then fighting with some cousins along the way. No time. Where Nirali got time? So Nirali, if I say it, how much it helps you? No homework. All of y'all, no homework. You understand? Any questions there, Asmika? No questions? So this is how far the ashram has gone. And I couldn't have done it by myself. When a devotee leaves the ashram, it does not mean that the devotee has really left the ashram. No devotee can leave the ashram. Whether in an entire lifetime, if you don't go to ashram, you're still connected to your spiritual master. In every lifetime, you're still connected to his ashram in every lifetime. You come here to do a job as per your karma. Firstly, you connect to your guru as per your karma. Then if your karma gives you 6 years with the guru, 5 years with the guru, you notice people leave here after a long time. Generally, you're supposed to leave within a week or 2 weeks, or maybe 5 satsangs you're supposed to leave. Must it take you 5 years to realize that this place is not right? How dumb you must be. I'm serious. 5 years of going to satsang and then say, this guru. You have to be stupid. But you are not stupid. So you have to have an answer. If you are not stupid and you need an answer, it means your karma was to be with your guru for 5 years and 21 days, 2 hours and 36 seconds. That is all. That is all. When the time expired, you must move on. But if you surrender to the guru, option is there. Even if you come with your karma for 2 years or 3 years, if you use that 2 or 3 years and surrender to the teachings of the guru, then your karma can't make you leave. Your karma can't make you leave. Which means all those people that were here for 5 years, 6 years, many also, they haven't surrendered to the guru. That is why they had to leave. If you surrender to the guru, your karma falls away and you continue living with the guru. Nirali is here for 11 years. Yes, Nirali? Almost 11 years next month. I think we need to give a crown with gold. Yeah, this is how I wanted to bring the current status. You see, when I started mixing politics with spirituality, many people started leaving and there were many negative comments on our WhatsApp. People were tackling me. They were saying, hey, what kind of guru this is? He wants to become a politician. So I want to explain to you that you can't separate politics from spirituality. You can't take it out. You can't take out material consciousness from spiritual consciousness. You can't remove it. It's impossible. It's there eternally. And similarly, politics is in religion or spirituality eternally. It's there all the time. You can't take out politics from religion. The clothes you're wearing is politics. The shoe you wear is politics. The food you eat is politics. The car you drive is politics. The bed you sleep on is politics. The dreams you have is your own. Alright? Only the dreams are yours. Everything else is politics. Husband you got is, wife you got is, children you got is, all designed by politics. Politics and geopolitics. Everything in this world is politics. But you sit in your house and say, hey, politics is a dirty game. I'm not involved in a dirty game. You are the essence of politics. Everyone is a politician. And everyone is a spiritual being. Yes? Everyone is a politician because politics dictates every breath you take. There's nothing in your life not dictated by politics. This ashram is dictated by politics. A plan has to be there this lighting system is determined by politics. This entire ashram is placed according to politics. There's nothing that is not politics. Don't lie to yourself. If politics is a dirty game, it's because of you. It's because of you. You are electing the wrong politicians or you are not voting. Either way it is you. It's a double-edged sword. Yes or no? So you have to get up and vote for the right people. How much was the speech of what that praise singer sang, Cupcake? How much that whole event was spearheaded just for that speech, is it? State of the Nation address. How much did that entire thing take place? You all know Parliament is burnt, so they had to hire City Hall.
16 million.
How much?
16 million.
6 or 16?
16.
16. 1-6. 16 million. How far is Khayelitsha from the City Hall?
25
km.
25 kilometers away, people were going to the toilet in the bush. Yes? Whilst that speech was taking place. How many toilets could have been constructed with that money? Because everything that is said in a political speech has no reference. Has no reference. Because if it was reference, then he would have had to start with last year's SONA. And then he would have supposed to tick off all that was completed from last year's SONA to this year. But because there's no reference, so politicians are paid to give speeches. Politicians are paid to give speeches, which they are not accountable for. You think it's right? And you think discussing it in this satsang and not doing anything about it, then I'm also giving a speech which is for nothing. You understand? And this is why I went personally and I got involved in politics. I went there on the ground and we created a strong black opposition, did we not?
Yes.
All of us, this ashram?
Yes.
And that strong black opposition one day is going to boot these people out. And the Guru is going to continue his work not only in South Africa. I'm resigning my membership. Jessica resigned make sure my membership. Prince sent the Secretary General resignation letter today. And I'm resigning from politics and I'm getting involved in African spirituality. I've said this last week, I've said this previous week, I said this in 2023. Because Trump is controlling the whole of Africa, isn't he? America is running Africa. Great Britain is running Africa. France is running Africa. No African is running Africa. There's only one country, Burkina Faso. Only one country now is run by Africa itself. So what do you think Ramaphosa is supposed to tell some? What you said, Dana? F-O? Oh. Okay. We have capacity in South Africa to tell every country in the world what Dana said just now. We have capacity to tell every country to leave us alone. Did we survive with sanctions during apartheid?
Yes.
Can we survive with sanctions now?
Yes.
Yes. So, if this government is honest, if they are diligent, then they must cut their ties They must send all these Afrikaners, AfriForum, get one ship for AfriForum. They have an opportunity to leave and go live in a 7-star country, don't they?
Yes.
Did America give them that gateway or not?
Yes.
And why don't they take that 7-star? MSC will pick them up and straight to America and leave Africa for Africans. There's an opportunity. Before they were stuck here, even the poorest of the poor can become a multi-millionaire now in America, isn't it? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Get involved in politics. Don't go and go. I'm not telling you to go to parliament. We only need 400. But from yourself, conscientize yourself politically. Send the political energy into the political atmosphere. Think politics. Live politics. And encourage everyone else to be political. So when we vote in 2026, your vote will dictate electricity and water supply. Whose vote? Your vote. If you vote right, and don't think too big, don't think for the country, think for your municipality. Just think for eThekwini, vote right, everything will be sorted out. I come from civil engineering. My background is civil engineering. I know the story. It's not very difficult. It is not difficult. This water problem can be solved easily, and the lights can be solved easily. Nothing is a problem. The only problem is that the money earmarked for water and lights is going into pockets of people that you all have voted or not voted. That's the only problem. There's no other problem. So if you put the money back where it's supposed to go, what's going to happen? Better infrastructure. Jessica was telling me that she took out some photographs. When years ago she found some photographs, Sol Namara Hotel. You all remember Sol Namara? Dana, you remember Sol Namara? From that time. You remember the 3 rand ticket you could get there?
No,
2 rand. Oh, Dana is even longer. 2 rand ticket every Sunday. Not supper club. What it was called, Dana? Session.
Session.
Session. Ah, hey, Cyril is back in the game. Wait. If Cyril tells you he's happy in ashram, you must know why Cyril is happy in this ashram. No temple, no place he went where they synthesized with Cyril's. That's why Cyril loved the Guru, Abhay. No other reason. Just synthesis of his past. Don't ask him about Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Puran. Those things. Yeah, he is here because this Guru knows. This Guru knows. Yeah, I don't know whether it's a legal word because I saw President Zuma's daughter get charged for terrorism when she said, I see you.
Yeah.
I see you. They charge her for terrorism. Okay, I want to stop here. Whenever I see Vasan in satsang, when Vasan is gone to Bloemfontein, we will have longer satsang. When he's here, he looks at me, you know that. Hey, Guru, it's almost eating time. It's almost eating. Just that look, then I have to cut my satsang short by at least half an hour. Are there any questions? You all understand? You see the significance of what the Guru do? It might be not what you are used to, but it doesn't mean it is wrong. Might not be your way of thinking what an ashram should be, but it doesn't mean it is wrong. Look at where we are going. when I come back from the meeting, I think 17, 18 and 19 is next week. Yeah. When we come back in the 19, after the 19, when the G20 leaders come and go, where you think this ashram is going to be? It's already there in paper. I just need to practically meet the G20 Interfaith Committee. And once we meet the G20 Interfaith Committee, what's going to happen? So Nirali, I've been saying this for many years. No, I've been saying this for many years. Whilst the Guru is here, whilst the Guru is here, come with your truckloads and take, because one day the queue is going to be so long, and when I see you there in the back, I'll act like you're a stranger just like the others. I don't know you. Nirali can wave from the back. Because now is the time. Now is the time. Come with your horse and trailers and take, because just now the queue is going to be very, very long. And you want me to remind any one of you a few years later, Prince, save this discourse. Last 10 minutes, last 10 minutes, save it. Anybody come and fight with me, I got a reference. I got a reference. Jai Shriman Narayan.